Hello and welcome to a very special episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. My name is Trent of TrentTokens.com. I'm a big fan of the game called True Dungeon and an avid collector of tokens, which you can see here back here. That's pretty much all of them. In this special episode, I'm going to have a chat with someone who purchased the 4,000th order of TrentTokens.com. If you didn't know this, for the 1,000th order, the 2,000th order, the 3,000th order, and now the 4,000th order has been completely free. And if you want to try to keep your eyes out in the future, check out the socials. And if you ever see a little screenshot, and the next one will be 4999, and you want to order very quickly, and you'll have the 5,000th order for free. So good luck for that. But without further ado, let's bring in Steve from Texas. Welcome, Steve. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing, Steve?
How you doing?
Doing good. We're doing good.
Awesome. So, was it a surprise? Did you know that the 1,000th order, 1, 2, 3, and now the 4th, did you know that that was going to be a free order? Have you seen that before?
Unfortunately, no. I saw your post after I'd placed the order.
Ah, so you didn't know what that meant. So now you know.
Yes.
Okay, so Steve from Texas, can you tell me what you did order? What was the order that you got for free? Do you remember the tokens?
I ended up picking up 3 woodies, and they were 3 of the last 4 combo tokens that I need. I've got all the combo tokens except for 1 now.
I see. So you were working on your collection on the combo portion, the combo category.
Correct.
Awesome. So I have the list here. You got the Masterwork. So you got 3 tokens, 3 woodies. I think that, these are all 2006. You got the Masterwork Silver Dagger. And I'm going to mess these words up here, so feel free to somebody in the comments correct them. The Periap, I think how that sounds, of proof against poison. And the potion has another word I'm going to mess up. Phial? P-H-I-A-L. I think that's how you say that. Of conflagration. So those funny name tokens and the Masterwork Silver Dagger. I remember finishing my combo category. It's a good feeling. So how did you feel? You're almost done. You got one more.
Almost. I have one more.
What's the last one you need?
It's the 2006 ring, I believe.
I don't know that one off the top of my head. And it's a combo token?
It is a combo token. I'm pretty sure it's a ring.
Okay, so now of course I have to look this up. I mean, we have to figure out 2006. So 2006 combo, that doesn't ring a bell to me. What is it? So got that one. A potion. Oh, Jar of Courage, maybe?
Oh, I've got that one.
So then I don't know what it's. There's that. Those are the only combo tokens. So the Jar of Courage, Silver Dagger, Masterwork Spear, Parap of, if that's the right word, of proof. The file of collaboration. Oh, here it is. Ram. Ring of the Ram.
Ring of Ram. Yeah.
It's the 2C. Sorry. It was at the bottom there of the list. Ring of the Ram.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a funny token because it's got all these little check boxes where you could, like poke it or whatever. That deals 6 points of force damage to one target. No saving throw. It can be used once per round. So that's a pretty cool token. Yeah. I remember now. Well, I didn't remember. I remember now that I looked at it. So let's see. So you get that order for free. Now, you didn't know that it was going to be free, but you eventually found out. Now, I understand that your wife, Laura, once she found out the order was free, she wanted to ask a question or had an idea. What was that idea or question?
She was begging that I go in and cancel the order real quick and try and reorder with a lot of expensive tokens. And I said, I don't think it works that way.
Silly. Yeah, it's way too late now. I just checked. It's at the 4,009th order. So if somebody just ordered that and you're the ninth, then just keep track of all the others. You also can't look at the order number and do the math, because I did some test orders at the beginning. So the ordering starts after my test order, so the numbers don't match. So good luck to the future 5,000th orderer, and hopefully it's something nice and big. And people have asked me, well, what if it was a big order? Good, that person is going to get whatever is in the order. So stay tuned for that. Now, Steve, you have multiple family members / friends that play. How many people are in your family or close-knit group that play True Dungeon?
We have about 14 or 15 that play.
Wow.
Obviously, we can't play all at once, but we will set up a group of 10 for one run every virtual run.
Wow, very cool. And how long have you been playing?
My oldest and youngest son, both of my sons, got me started in 2019 at PAX South. It was the last PAX South.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they at that time had to take me kicking and screaming. You know, they were all excited about this game where you could play Dungeons and Dragons in person and solve puzzles and I was very reluctant at first, but I was pleasantly surprised when I actually did get to play. I ended up doing 4 runs that weekend.
Wow. How many had you planned to do prior to doing 4?
1.
You had planned to do 1. All right. So can you go back in your mind, and after you finish that first run, tell us what you experienced, especially being reluctant to try it. How was that first run? What went through your mind?
The experience itself was really what drew me in. The NPCs, the puzzles, the interactions with the puzzles were great. I loved being able to actually have hands on, and I remember one of the puzzles we had to move stones and put the ruins in a certain position, and then it allowed us to move on.
Right.
It just being immersed in it was a lot of fun.
Cool. So much fun that you did, what, 3 more of the same run, or were there had to have been at least 2 different runs then, right?
There were actually 3.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up doing the same run that I finished that with my wife and got her hooked. and then we did the other 2 runs that were in that. I believe it was Inferno.
Inferno Redoubt, maybe? Does that sound right?
The swamp. There was a swamp. There was Inferno.
Oh, Infernal Swamp, maybe, I think is what it might be called. I might be mixing up my names.
I don't know, but
yeah,
it was the very last run set of 19. They had already had Gen Con. They had already had Origins, but PAX South, I think, was the end of how that ran.
Yeah, those were good ones. I'm messing up the names, but yeah, the swamp one had incredible NPCs, and you had to build a little fire, right? And or figure out the potion bottles. I think that was that one. Yeah, that was a great run.
Infernal Redoubt was one of them.
Yeah, Infernal Redoubt. There we go. Swamp of the something of the swamper.
Yeah.
Your son Chris is looking up the names. Abysmal.
Yeah, Abysmal
something.
Swamp.
Yeah. Okay. Good. See how we're huge fans. We can remember things from 2019. So how about what character? Do you have a particular class that you like to play, and if so, what is it?
I like Ranger. That's what I played when I was D&D back when we first started playing when I was in grade school. I like the concept of bows and shooting and that sort. Unfortunately, when I play with the group, My wife's favorite character happens to be a ranger, so I
Uh-oh.
don't get to play that. So I'll play paladin or something else.
I see.
It, I like playing the game.
Yeah. Sure. I'm a big fan as well. You know, what did you do to convince your wife to play? I cannot convince my wife to play. She to me she says, or to her she says, "This is your nerd time. Go play with your nerds," is what she says, and she just wants me to go play and have fun because work is very busy for me, so it's like my playtime. But I would love for her to come too. What did you do to convince her to play?
Well, I I have to give her a compliment, big compliment. She likes or is willing to indulge me and try to do things that I like to do,
Hmm.
and a lot of it was begging, to be truthful. And I said, "No, you'll really like it. You'll really like it. Just give it a chance, and you'll want to do it again." And sure enough, she really, really did like it. So much so that I had bought. That was the year that the uh, gold nugget was in the set, and so I bought myself a 250 packet with a gold. My token was a gold nugget.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up getting herself a 250 packet with a gold nugget because, of
Nice.
course, we got to have more treasure.
Of course, never enough treasure. Sure. That's very, very cool. All right. So, how about your favorite run, whether it be virtual or physical? What was your favorite True Dungeon memory? Can you share that with us?
My, my favorite True Dungeon was from the 19,
Okay.
and I believe it was Infernal. I'm almost certain it was, but it was the run with my wife. Both are my oldest son and a friend of ours. We did this on our own, and we ended up picking up with three other players we'd never met before. And it started off great in that in the coaching room, we were all
Mm-hmm.
going through our packs, and Chris was experienced and Devin was experienced, but Laura and I weren't.
Mm-hmm.
The other three had never played before, this other group.
Wow. Cool.
And the girl that was in it, there were four. There were two guys and two girls. She pulled a purple out of her 10 pack.
Whoa.
And immediately we were like, "Oh, that's great. You need to save that. Don't sell it. Don't do anything. There's going to be people try to buy it from you real cheap. It's really, really good." And so we had fun trading and doing that. But then as we went through the dungeon, uh, Chad was running, I guess the he was in charge of overseeing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up getting a little bit of a bonus, I guess. The one time Laura slid her puck up, and it was so close to a 20. It just wasn't quite.
Oh.
And so the DM looks away, and Chad, there was a window to the side, reaches through and kind of taps it over to the 20. And so he ended up with the name Divine Chad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you would have thought our group won the lottery through this. We were so loud and so rambunctious, and
Awesome.
we had he made it just the best experience we could have ever had. Just we were all goofy. We were just being really crazy with it,
Mm-hmm.
and we ended up dying in the last room.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, the spirit of the game is what grabbed me from that, and
Hmm.
it was instilled in me that the best way to enjoy the game is to give as much to others within your group as you are expecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just something I try to pass on as we play with other pickup groups.
Very cool. My favorite runs are definitely the 10-pack runs with pickup groups. I love it, So I'm not very good at puzzles. Usually the people there are better at puzzles than me. So it's good to play with new people who have no idea, because eventually you can say, oh, well, Jeff in the past has done this kind of puzzle. This feels like kind of like that. But with brand new people, they have nothing. To them, it's just like a completely blank slate to figure out things. So that's very fun. In those kind of situations, I can usually contribute. But when I'm with a bunch of people who have played forever in puzzles, not so great for me. How about you? Do you like puzzles, combat better, or do you like them both, or where are you on that?
I'm a mix. I do enjoy the puzzles. I'm not as good as my son is. I don't know if you remember in the last run, the puzzle that had all of the different scenes from all the virtual
Yeah.
True Dungeons.
Yeah.
Chris remembered every one of them,
Not me.
and as he was putting them in order, he was explaining what he did in each of those scenes with
Wow.
that monster.
Wow.
S-
You always want your son to be smarter, right? So you've
Absolutely,
succeeded. Mine too.
absolutely.
I have two sons, and they're both much smarter than me. So that's great.
But yeah, I do enjoy the combat side of things,
Hmm.
just from the standpoint, the physical being in person I like more, just
Hmm.
because of the puck sliding and having that, kind of like shuffleboard. You
Hmm.
got to be good with it and that sort of thing. But
Yeah, it's kind of like an extra game within a game there. Yeah,
yes, yes.
I feel like I'm a pretty good slider, so I like to do the sliding for sure. All right, so to wrap it up, how about do you have any questions that you would like to ask me for any particular reason? You have me here, so I asked you questions. You have any questions for me?
Um, I guarantee I could spend an hour asking you questions.
What? An hour
Just
asking me questions? That sounds crazy.
just from your experiences and things you've done. I guess, do you anticipate any new additions to your Trent's tokens, or what you'll be doing with that? Just since this is about the tokens.
My site. Do I envision something extra with my Trent Token site? Uh, Continuing to, I guess, make available an easy way for people to buy and sell tokens with each other. I want to continue doing that. I would love to find more unique things that store tokens. I mean, I think there's a bunch of things on my site now. I think it might be cool to find something while you're going through the dungeon. There's a bunch of different things that I have on my site. Some are 3D printed, some are leather, some are wood. So just continuing to find crafters who want to craft something new for the site and make that an offering. But in addition to that, my buddy David and I, we created the website called TrueDungeonTokens.com. That we have a bunch of ideas for, and Mark is also helping us with that. He's the product ambassador, so we have tons of ideas for that site, making it easier for people to trade tokens. I would also, a big thing that I want to do on that site is a way to display a collection, like you were talking about combo tokens. So you could click something and maybe see all of your combo tokens, which you can see now. But I'm envisioning kind of like the binders, like you click something, it's like a different view. So it's a binder view. Like it could be a particular character class that you are playing. Show me my barbarian build. Boosh. You have a binder. And And yeah, so that's the answer to that.
Now, what other? I'm going to put you on the spot.
On the spot.
On the spot.
Okay.
If
go ahead.
if Jeff were to come to you and you could build your own run, what theme would you make it to? What?
Okay, I'm going to answer this honestly. I would say, Jeff, this is a terrible idea. Do not ask me to do this. I don't have the brains to do something like that. Someone asked me something semi-similar, I think, in the AMA. I have done some short films, like written, directed, produced, etc. And I'm a sucker for love stories, so that would be my first reaction if he said, "No, you have to do a run. Like it's a requirement, or I'm kicking you out of the game." I mean, I only thought of this as you were asking me, like, what do I like? I like love stories, and I like time travel, and doing them together would be probably like one of my favorite things. So somehow that's probably what I would do. And how is a team of D&D type people helping that storyline? I don't know. I guess I have to figure it out. But some type of love story and time traveling, and or both, is my answer.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. All right. So how about we wrap it up? Steve, I want to say thank you to you and your whole family of players. You guys are wonderful supporters of Trent Tokens. I do really appreciate it. And thank you to Chris, the smarter son who can help with puzzles, because he's helped with puzzles that I've been on runs too. And thank you for Laura for putting up with you. I think we all need partners and wives and / husbands, etc., who can put up with our craziness. So thank you again, Steve. I hope you enjoy your 4,000th order. And if you're lucky to get the 5,000th, make it a big one, okay?
I do appreciate the free tokens. They were great, but even more important, Trent, thank you for everything you do for the game. You are truly a great ambassador, and I've told you this before, but I probably won't be able to tell you enough just how much you make the game better. You really do.
That's too kind, but I do appreciate it very much. But to that, I must say, a lot of people, when I started playing, did the same exact thing. So I'm just spreading the TD love, and I hope people who are new experience that and then do the same, because it's the concept of True Dungeon. It's about sharing and having fun and working together. So, I mean, it's just the best game ever. Yeah, go True Dungeon. So thank you again, Steve. I appreciate your time. Congratulations again. Until next time, thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you so much.
All right. That was Steve. Thank you very much to Steve and his wonderful family for supporting Trent Tokens. And congratulations again on the 4,000th order. So maybe you could be the 5,000th order. Please watch all the socials and you'll see all that fun stuff. And thank you very much for watching this. And I'm a terrible YouTuber. Make sure to click subscribe and like and share and all that other stuff. It's good for the channel. And until next time, one of my things I love to say is it's very difficult to frown if you're smiling. So please smile.